This is AWR Microwave Office tutorial series. In this video, we will learn how to set up a frequency response simulation for a passive circuit, add different measurements probes, configuring the graph window, etc. And we'll do all within this AWR design environment. So let's get started. In the first step of this video, we are going to open AWR design environment. And once AWR design environment is up and running, first we are going to set up projects options. To do that, we'll just double click here, go to the global units and make sure frequency should be in kilohertz, capacitance should be in nanofarad, inductance is in millihenry, and that's pretty much. Click over OK button and apply. Now we are going to create new schematic. To do that, we'll go to circuit schematic, right click and click over new schematic button. We are going to name it frequency response and click over create. Once the schematic is ready, we are going to place components. To do that, we'll click over elements, or we can just go to the library by using Ctrl+L on your keyboard. Now from here, we are going to place a register. Select the register, which will be in close form, place it somewhere here. Then we are going to select capacitor and click over OK. Place it somewhere here. Now for register, we are going to just rotate it, to just click over that. Next we are going to place one ground connection. So we'll place it on register and thus connect it. Now after placing these capacitors and resistors, we have to add a signal source. For that, we have to again go to our library by pressing Ctrl+L, and the name of, since it is a AC source, so we'll just select AC and make sure just select AC voltage source, click over OK button. We'll place it somewhere here. Let's connect it as well in our circuit. In our case, the magnitude of AC voltage source is 2 volt. So when we are setting 2 volt here, that means it will be 4 volt peak to peak. As of now, this AC voltage source is ideal because it doesn't have any source resistance. So to make it a real AC source, we have to add one resistor. So we'll just Ctrl+C, rotate it and place it here. Let's remove this wire first. And this will be our source resistance. Just change its ID so we can easily recognize. Apart from that, let's change the value of all the components. So this will be 50 ohm. So make sure you are using same source resistance as per your instruments you are using. The capacitance value will be 15 nanofarad and the resistance will be 1500 ohm. And to make it simple, I'm just going to add a couple of notations quickly. So let's place it somewhere here. And this is a part of the circuit and this is our source. So to draw a rectangle, just go to draw and select rectangle from here. I'm just going to draw this section and just place our text to denote this is our voltage source. Alright, so this is a part of source and this is our circuit. So in the next step, we are going to add probes on input and output of this circuit. To do that, we have to just select probe from this toolbar. We'll add it on the terminal of a capacitor. So this is input, and we'll add another probe at the output. Since these are the voltage probes, and we are going to change the probe IDs to V in and another one will be V out. In the next step of this video, we are going to add the frequency range on which you want to record the frequency response of the circuit. To do that, we'll again go to project option. So go to project, double click over project options, go to frequencies, and here you have to enter start frequency, stop frequency, and the sweep you want to run. So in our case, the start frequency will be 0.7 kilohertz. Make sure this data entry unit should be in kilohertz. So it will be 0.7 kilohertz, stop will be 70 kilohertz. And steps. So first we want to select the sweep type from linear to logarithmic, and number of points per decade will be 10 or 20. So let's go for 20 in our case. Another thing is, if you want to do the single point, since this is the frequency response, so we want all the points here, and as soon as we'll apply, we can see the entire scale from 0.7 to 70 kilohertz with 20 points per decade have been divided, and 41 points we can see on our screen. So these are all the points where we'll record the data, and then click over OK button. Now after setting up the frequency range, we are going to create new graph and add measurements. To do that, we'll go to graph from project menu, right click and click over new graph. So this will be the gain plot of this CR circuit. So we are just going to name it CR gain. Make sure you have selected rectangular plot and click over create button. Now after creating this graph, we are going to add measurements. To do that, we'll right click over graph and click over add new measurements. Once the measurement window will pop up, here we have to select the non-linear measurements, which is in our case voltages. So we'll just select voltage, and from the measurement we are going to plot the gain, and make sure you've selected V gain. So once you select the V gain, here you have to select the data source name, which is same as the schematic name. So in our case, it is frequency response. Next, we have to select the voltage in components. So we'll just click over these three dots, and the voltage in components is V in our case, and click over OK. Then we have to select the voltage out components, which will be the output probe. And next we have to add the harmonics. So in our case, we are not going to simulate for different harmonics. So we'll just make it one for both of input and outputs. Make sure you have selected the dB from the magnitude modifier. So we are going to plot all the values in dB. Click over OK. And next we are going to run the simulation. To do that, we'll just click over this analyze button. From this plot, we can easily understand high pass filter. All right. And here we have this 3 dB point, which will be the cutoff frequency of that. So below that 3 dB cutoff frequency, we'll have rejection band, and after that we'll have pass band. So to add the marker at 3 dB point, so first just click over add marker. We'll place it somewhere here. So to point that marker at a particular location, we'll just right click over this marker, go to marker search, and make sure you have to enter -3 here. Data should find on the y-axis. So we'll just select y-axis and click over search. So as you can clearly see, the cutoff point at -3 dB at 7.1 kilohertz. So before 7.1 kilohertz, that will be the rejection band, and after 7.1 kilohertz, that will be the pass band of this high pass filter. Now after plotting this gain versus frequency, we are going to plot the phase. To do that, we'll just duplicate the plot. So we'll just right click here and click over duplicate. Then we are going to rename it. So this will be CR phase, and click over rename button. Next we are going to edit the property of that. So we'll just right click over plot and go to modify measurements for this frequency response. So there's one thing we have to change. So instead of magnitude, we are going to plot the angle unwrapped. Let's disable this dB value and then click over OK button and rerun the analysis. Here we go. So here we have the phase plot where we have angle in degree on the y-axis and frequency on the x-axis. In the next video, we'll talk about the yield analysis in AWR microwave design environment. Now to save this project, we'll just go to File, click over Save Project, go to Desktop. Let's name it CR Gain and Phase Measurements and click over Save button. For more tutorials, visit us at resources.emaeda.com and don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel.